There are plenty of stories about having hot teachers in your class. Some students wish they had made a move. Others wish to spit that game at the teacher when it was just one-on-one. Then there are those rare occasions where the teacher sleeps with the student, gets caught, and the teacher loses her job and gets registered as a sex offender. My friend Doug and I had a hot Puerto Rican teacher named Miss Sanchez in our 10th grade class. She had a little accent, always wore dresses, especially in spring. Every guy in our class, who am I kidding? The whole school wanted her. Doug's house was a block away from Miss Sanchez's. He would always tell me that she doesn't really have her blinds stop people from looking inside of her room. We both agreed to head over to her house sometime later that night. After school, we headed to Doug's house and quickly finished our homework and waited till it got dark enough outside. As we were heading out, Doug brought his handheld camera so that we can watch what we recorded later. We left Doug's house and headed to Miss Sanchez's house as fast as we can. We hopped over her fence and tried to be as quiet as possible. We walked over to one of her windows and watched her enter her bedroom with just a towel on. It seemed she took a long shower, while we were waiting for the sun to go down. As we watched and recorded her drying herself off, we were in awe of her body. If there was an old man who saw it, he would have died happy. As we were recording Miss Sanchez, I heard something rustling in the bushes behind us. While Doug continued to get more footage, I went to go and check it out. I was checking the bushes when I bumped into something. It wasn't a tree or a fence, but a man wearing a fedora. He was wearing all black and was in the bushes. I noticed that I couldn't make out any features on his face except for his eyes, his large white eyes, which began to look at me intensely. He said in a deep voice, "You need to leave." Overcome with fear, I ran over to Doug, who was still recording Miss Sanchez, and whispered that we had to go. When he argued with me, I pointed at the dark, and we both heard the man whisper, "Get out while I still allow it." We got the hint and hopped over the fence, forgetting the idea of being quiet, and ran back to Doug's house. Doug still has the footage that he shot, but neither of us could watch it. We tried to forget the watcher, and I headed home to get a good night's sleep. The next day at school, I was grabbing my books from my locker when I found a note. When I read it, my heart dropped into my stomach because it said, "I'm watching you."